Right, so we're back where we started again. And we are actually in hardcore now because there are actually things in my stash. Now all this stuff is probably going to be too lower level for me. That requires 5 strength. Yeah, none of this stuff I can really use. But I can have some of these if I like. Heavy strike requires no. Detonate dead, no. There's no point. We'll have that though. We'll put that in there just for now. Right. Okay, so I mentioned about the quests before. This guy here, he's basically going to give you the same quest as what she just gave you, but find the medicine chest on the timeline. He's going to tell you where to find it. The notice board here, this shows you open parties that you can join. So if you potentially didn't want to play this game on your own, which to be quite honest you shouldn't always play games like this on your own because they can get quite difficult, especially when you amp the difficulty level up once you've completed the first sort of 3 acts. You can join other people. So if I was to click on this guy here, you can see he's a level 12 Templar. Oh dear God, he seems to be doing a bit better with him than what I did. As you can see, is on Act 1, the Mud Flats. Now you can type there anything that you want, like this guy. See, it just says All Flame. That doesn't give me any information as to what part of the quest he's on. He's a level 12 Templar. As you can see, he's at the Prisoner's Gate. And if you wanted to join him, I just click the join because it's created a public party. Now, if I had friends online, I'd be able to click on here, say KLJ Mad Dog. If he was online, I'd right click on him. I'd be able to invite him to a party. Can't do anything but unfriend him because he's not online. If I wanted to create my own public party, I'd go to the Create Public Party tab, type in what I wanted the party name to be, try and be informative so people can find out what they're actually looking for rather than having to click through things. Click Create Public and then people can join me. That's basically what the message board is for. This guy here will complete the quest that I did for killing the big guy that you can remember seeing in the previous video. We'll just click through that. These are your rewards. Sometimes you get to pick between rewards. Sometimes you get respect points, which are used to say, if I decided, oh, I don't want to go that way, I want to go this way instead, then I could take that point out of there and put it in there. You have to go one by one though. So if I was say up here, I'd have to take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and then go up this way. So I'd need, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 respec points to respec it all. So we get the reward from him. So which have we got? We've got Dual Strike, attacks with both weapons, we've got Fire Trap, and we've got Freezing Pulse. I think because we've got Cleave, I picked up Cleave while I was outside. I picked it up as a separate thing. Possibly might have the Fire Trap. Yeah, we'll have the Fire Trap because I've got that with my Witch and it's actually pretty good. Now, selling and purchasing items, we went through that before. So let me just get rid of all this stuff. That's a small mana flask. But it's unidentified, so I need to identify it. Wall shoes. Okay, sell that stuff. So let's identify that mana flask. 20% increased recovery speed, so I'll put that in there. When you equip potion bottles and everything, when you're in town, they automatically refill, so that's not too bad. So I'll put that on the shield for now. If you're not quite fond of where these skills are down the bottom here, if you do actually click on them, then you can change them around. So being as I don't have any weapon at the moment that can use the Cleave, I'm going to put Double Strike. Not Double Strike, sorry, the Fire Trap on the middle mouse button. Right, so we've definitely got nothing in here that's worth taking. Club, stone, two-handed axe, 100 mace, 200 sword. No, there's definitely nothing in there that's worth taking. So we'll go outside and we'll carry on with the quests. Right, the maps change as you come out into places like this. As much like Diablos do, things can be in different places, different times that you come out. Sort of like procedurally generated. Let's throw one of them fire traps down there. One-handed sword. Let's equip that instead of that shield. But then we lose a fire trap. But we also do... No, we cannot use that. That's a sword. Let's put that on there. Let's... we've got a green on there. We've lost the fire trap, so let's take that fire trap out. We'll put it in the boot so we carry on with the fire trap. We'll put that back to there. Suppose this guy is more of your dual wieldy roguey class. He's not too much of a... I don't see why the cleave gem leveled up, because I'm not even using it, but that's an example of the gem level up. I should have told you about that before. It's confusing me a little bit because of the Templar video messing up that I did. I can't remember what I've told you and what I haven't told you. That was an example of the gem level up. You see the little green bar at the side. You click when you're ready to level up, and you shall level up. It's green and a blue. 18% increase, 4 to 8, 4 to 8, 3 to 11. Right. That was a rubbish throw.
I'm impressed by how much
another level up.
wants me dead.
Oh. Not the best. Not the best of places to stand still. That's movement speed. That's dexterity. We'll go round to dexterity. Let's see why this guy has projectile damage. We'll go down to dexterity. It's not nice that that they attack you when I'm trying to figure out my skills. These sons of bitches. There you go. There in the top corner there, you can see that that's my gem leveling up in the top right corner there, just under the mini map. Then there's the level up. So the fire trap before lasts 30 seconds, 1 to 5 damage. Base duration is 8 seconds. Creates a trap which causes 2.3 fire damage. So let's see what happens. 2.6 fire damage per second, 3 traps, skill lasts 8 seconds this time, rather than just the, is it 5 before? I can't remember. Or 6. I don't want a wand. I wish it would give me some good stuff. Life flask. I think we'll put the life flask on rather than having the extra mana one. Maybe I'll change my mind later on when I find out how much mana this guy probably gets through. But I hate this, guys. I really despise the melee classes in this game. It doesn't seem like a fun experience for me. I mean, it'd probably be alright if I had somebody else with me, following behind me with the range, so they could sort of like keep as many off me as possible, or so I don't get as many on me to start with. But But unlike Diablo 3, the melee characters in this game do not take less damage, which they did in Diablo 3. They took about 25% less damage than the ranged classes, because obviously they had to be in melee range, and they took a lot more hits than what the ranged classes would do. I do like the potion mechanic in this game. It is really impressive. Oh, I don't like that woman. Oh, shut me on fire.
Feeling a bit short on mana.
Ah, he seems to have killed her pretty quickly. That's a superior rusty sword, and that's a green slot. So shall we put that in there? Increase accuracy rating by 8%, quality 12%. So physical damage is 4 to 9. If you increase the quality, the damage goes up. Critical strike chance is 5% and 1.30. So we'll swap that for that one. Padded vest is unidentified. Let's have a look. It gives me 10 to dexterity. Yep, so we'll have that rather than that. We'll chuck that away. Chuck that away because we don't want that, and chuck that away because we don't want that. We'll chuck the small mana flask away and that sword. Keep those because we'll sell them. Oh my days. They really don't like me. Just wish I could find a fairly decent weapon, to be honest with you. I mean, I found one in my last playthrough before I realised that it was that it was not on hardcore, and unfortunately I can't bring that weapon over to this one. You can't trade items between hardcore and the default league. Well, you can, but you can only trade them from the hardcore league to the default league. You can't transfer them from the default league to the hardcore league. The way you would go about doing that is... Oh, there was a bit of lag there. Bear in mind that this game still is in beta. Anyway, the way that you would do that is that you would, if there was an item that you had in hardcore that you wanted to give to somebody in the default league, oh dear, bless me, then you would create a level 1 character in the hardcore league, pick that item up out of your stash and deliberately die so it puts you in the default league, and then you will be able to give it to the person in the default league. But you can't do it the other way around, unfortunately. I am enjoying this game much more than what I did Diablo, to be quite honest with you. And I played Diablo for quite a while. It wasn't really until you got to the higher difficulty levels in Diablo it just started to become ridiculous, because at no point in Diablo did any of the lower difficulty levels seem to be in any way challenging whatsoever. I mean, I went through that whole thing and never died until is it Nightmare, the last difficulty level, I think, on Diablo 3. I never died until I got to that. I was a barbarian. I just sort of like ran in and massacred everything. Obviously using the old sword and board technique, but in the beginning days of Diablo 3 that was really the only feasible way of surviving as a barbarian in the higher difficulty levels with the sword and board. There wasn't really any unless you went completely overboard like some people did and properly min-maxed it so that that they always gained health every time they attacked and constantly used the whirlwind attack. I know that happened quite a lot. There's a glass shank there. No, we don't want that one. But yeah, this game seems to be quite challenging all the way through. I can't imagine what the higher difficulty levels are going to be like on it. I can imagine you're going to have to start using your brain quite a lot to stay alive, especially in the hardcore league. I'm not too sure about the hardcore league just dropping you into the default league if you die. I mean, it's really hardcore is really only for bragging rights anyway, but the whole point of it being hardcore, I thought, was that it's permadeath, more or less. That when you die, that's it. I thought that would have been the way they went with this as well, but I can imagine there's been a lot of I don't want to say it, but I don't even know. I haven't seen any news on it at all or anything like that, but I wonder if there has actually been any suicides over Diablo 3. It's not a laughing matter at all, but I can quite imagine there are some people out there who could have probably played it for hours and hours and hours and days, in fact, got a character up and died, lost it completely, and I wonder if there is any cases of that happening out there. I sincerely hope not, but there are some people out there that would do things like that. That is not the place that we need to go for the medicine cabinet. We need to find out where the other place is, which is down there, but we should just clear this area out first. Because if we did not, we wouldn't have found that ring. So now we'll go down to this area. Oops, gone past it. Right, so this is the area where my Templar died before. Unfortunately, you didn't get to see that video because for some reason my capture card decided that it didn't want to capture anything. Well, it captured something, and then just I played it back, and there was a load of green and blue lines in it. People who saw the Black Ops 24-hour live stream, they know what I'm on about. Because the same thing happened there. I thought it was just because it was running for so long, but turns out that it's the Avenging recording software, the Record Central, the Rec Central. For some reason, sometimes that causes things to bug out. And I haven't actually checked this recording, so I don't know if it's doing it on this one. I hope not, because if it does, it's just going to be uploaded in that state anyway, because I cannot be bothered to record it all again. Much more fond of this melee character than what I was the other one. He seems to have a lot more survivability in the lower levels. Really wish I could find some decent weapons. Maybe we'll find one off the guy when we kill him here. If we kill him, if we don't bloody die again. Sometimes you attack for no reason and you don't actually hit anyone. There's no, unlike on Diablo where you seem to be able to, it seems to be sort of like an arc where you hit, but this one, not so much. I wonder, well, because I play Barbarian on Diablo, I mostly used the cleave ability that allowed me to hit multiple people. Cleave ability on this probably does a similar thing, if we can find a weapon. Character swings their weapons or both weapons towards a target also does. Yeah, so that's sort of like, that's very, very, well, more or less exactly the same as what cleave is on Diablo 3. That would be a nice one to have, to hit multiple enemies at once rather than having to just work your way through them with single hits. But we seem to be doing okay. Oh, I forgot that I had the shield on. There you can see the what I was talking about before with the little blue haze over the top. That gets bigger the more shield you have. I mean, obviously I've only got 10 at the moment. That's why it's just a small slither on the side. But most attacks will start taking that away before it takes away the other stuff. We haven't got one of them, so we'll pick the belt up. Blue guys. Oh. And we've leveled up the fire trap again. Slightly tougher guys, as in Diablo again. I'm always comparing this game to Diablo, but that's the easiest thing that you people will relate to. Bearing in mind I didn't play a lot of Torchlight, so I can't really compare it to that. I don't know the game as well as because I didn't play it as much as what I played Diablo, so it's only right for me to compare this game to something that I know as well as you will know as well. Alright. Don't know what happened there. Superior battered cap. It gives me an evasion rating, so we'll put that on so that we don't get to hopefully have a bit more chance of dodging some of these attacks. That's the guy that killed me before. So all the traps down. Here we can. Yeah, I'm enjoying this guy a lot better than the other one. I actually killed that guy for a start. Yellow items, rare items. We'll pick everything up and then we'll head back to town because we've done that quest now. We'll pick up the chainmail vest. We'll pick that up. Just go finish off these other guys that are around here, and then we shall head back to town, and that shall be the end of this video. I haven't tried the Marauder class yet, but if you want to play a melee class in this game and you don't particularly want to be sort of like a tanky class, you want to be a DPS-y type class, then go for this one. Go for the Shadow, because he seems to have a fairly good survival rate on him, and he does quite a fair amount of damage, as you can see there. With just 2 normal hits, then these guys go down. Not quite as much damage as what the Ranger does. The Ranger seems to take out most things in 1 hit, but I think that's just because I got lucky and found a decent weapons, more or less, right at the beginning. I suppose it's a lot about luck. This game, it's the luck of what drops for you. So I'll go that way just so we've got a bit of quicker movement speed, and then we can start putting points into the damage of the weapons that we do. I mean, we've got quite a lot of dexterity now. We've got an extra plus 20 dexterity from the points that we had. Oh, wrong button. I wanted the map, so I pressed M. But on the hotkey for map on this game is not M, it is tab. It just overlays it on the top of the screen. You can still move around as well. You don't have to exit the map. Right, so we've cleared that place. Now you can either walk all the way back to town if you want to, or you can go into your inventory, use a portal scroll, right click on it, go into the portal, and then you're back at the town again. So we'll give this medicine chest to Nessa.
There are some who wouldn't have lasted the night without it.
And she's given us a reward. On this particular quest, I would suggest picking one of the either the life flask or the mana flask, because the quicksilver flask on my playthrough with my witch and the playthrough with the ranger, I have found another quicksilver flask in the caves a bit further on. But I haven't yet to find many magical mana or life flasks. So with this character, I think we will take the life flask. 50% recovery speed, 23% additional elemental resistance during flask effect. So we'll put that in there, and we will destroy anything you drop in the town. You either have the option to keep or destroy it. So we'll destroy that one. So what's this got on now? It's got 22% increased evasion rating, 1.6 life regenerated per second, 18% increased block and stun recovery. Gives us an extra. It gives us 19 evasion rating. It gives us 10 dexterity and plus 3 to maximum energy shield. I think, with that being 26 evasion rating, I think this is 10 times better than that. So we'll equip that. That not so much, but what I will do with that is I will put it in the stash, just in case I decide to make a class that uses the chainmail armor. I mean, any class can use sort of like any armor they want to, but obviously different armors are going to be better for different different character types, different classes. Obviously, because I don't want armor per se, I'd prefer to have the evasion rating so I can dodge out of the way of attacks rather than stand there and take a beating. So that's gone in there. Obviously, with it being the stash, any other character can come up to this stash that I make on the Hardcore League and pick up any of these items. So that is the reason I put it in stash. The sword here. Physical damage is 4 to 10, 22% increased global critical strike multiplier, 6% increased elemental damage with weapons, and 10% to accuracy rating. Now accuracy rating is a fairly good thing. It's got 2 green slots in it, so we need something with a red slot in it really. Do I have anything with a red slot in? No, I don't. So what I will do for that is it's 4 to 10, that's 4 to 9. I will put that in that slot and take that out. Let's just turn this other bit of the quest in. Yeah, we did. We get another one of these. So which one of these shall we pick? Inflicts a debuff on the flow which deals chaos damage over time. That can stock up to 4 times. Each time it's reapplied, the duration is refreshed. Requires a claw, dagger or a sword. Raise a zombie. Zombies aren't very good. Poison arrow, no, we don't want that. Detonate dead, no, we've already got fire trap and freezing pulse. So Viper strike then, I guess. I guess that's what we're having. So we've got a dagger, so we'll put that in the dagger and we'll put that in there. So Viper strike is now on our left click, and we will put the double strike there. We'll remove that. The fire trap is now on Q. So, and then we got another quest from this guy. This is what we'll be doing next episode. We'll be clearing the fetid pool. I don't see why he's not talking. I think the voice is not picked up for some reason. But then again, as I said, and I will stress it again, that it is beta, and there are still going to be some bugs in this that you might see. Even though it is open beta, it is not a demo of a finished product, not at all. There's still a lot of things that they could potentially change. Basically, I've got to go to the fetid pools and clear them. We've got no more items to sell, so on that note, I will say goodbye and expect another video up in the next couple of days. Bye!